Hello? Alright. We're gonna take a little bit before we start this RDL next to the final season. One of our final real talks. We're going to talk about a lot of stuff, so please tune in. I'm going to give it some time for people to tune in, so if you're watching right now, stay tuned, don't go nowhere. Just giving some people to get time to get on so we can really talk about how outstanding this last RDL3 league was and the things we did, all the ups, the downs, the records, the guys playing well, people who turned their games around, everything. So tune in. No. Alrighty. Like I said, my dedicated guys that stay sticky. Stay sticky, stay on. Like I said, I was giving people some time to get on because I got a lot to cover, man. The real boom will be on shortly, so we can get into our shit talking and all that good shit. Oh, give me a second. What up, Mom? Yeah, I'm on the phone. I'll get a call right back. Right back, all right. Psychodite. Straight just lie. I'm on the phone. Anyway, shit, man. Week 17. First of all, before we get into all this stuff, let's talk about this is not the last season, but I'm trying to figure out a balance between continuing to play while we are working out how to play Madden 20, knowing that we're not going to start our league until the final roster update for the NFL when Madden does its final update. I don't want to start the league too fast. Usually we go right into it, but I think we're going to stay away from it. However, we will team select very shortly. With that being said, it's going like this, man. Super Bowl winners will get the top picks. All right. After Super Bowl winners, I'm going with the most active users, and I'm going to do the collective over the entire 8-9 seasons we've played in Real Draft. And just to let y'all know, this is the farthest we've been in any of our leagues to get to season 9. That's impressive. That means we were locked in at the end of Madden too, man. We were locked in, and we were all dogs in this. A lot of you guys that really wasn't that active, man, that was active in the first 3 seasons, I hate to say it, but I cannot allow the guys that kept playing game in and game out to pick behind y'all no matter what these records are. So I would say this, we're going to keep the league, and I know a lot of people are on the bubble of if they still want to play while we're waiting on our Madden 20 league. I don't think we need 32 people to be playing to continue to play, but me personally, I would like for everybody as much as possible to continue to play. Just give us something to do league-wise while we all getting better at Madden and learning the perks of that new game. Just gives us something to do, man, to keep us all still amongst each other and all that and doing some good things. However, some people might want that break, man. And again, if you're an active member and you play all your games and you decide you don't want to play the following season, that's fine, man. I'm not going to hold it against you at all. All right? But I do think that the people that play and played all their games and were the most active will be getting top picks in the Madden, man. I don't give a fuck if you won one game the entire time. You played all your games, you're getting a top pick. And that's that. So let's keep that in mind, man. And to all my dogs that's still gonna ride it out and play some more games, man, I appreciate that shit. Let's just go. You heard? So week 16 and 17 pretty much determined the playoff run. I guess the biggest thing we were waiting on were to figure out who was going to win the NFC North. And we finished with the same record. Bears was 12-4, had an outstanding season, and the Packers was 12-4. I thought they had a pretty good season too. It's crazy because I won two out of my 5 tough games. I only won 3 out of my 5 tough games, man. 3 for 2, 3 for 3 actually. So we played 6 games because McCoy counts as 2. Armstead rises to the top. A season that began with great promise for Raquel Armstead only got better, and today Armstead was rewarded with the league MVP trophy. My question is, does that solidify him as the best running back in the league? Let's go look at him. when you arguing who's the best player in the league, running back wise, and when we argue this, I know this is a conversation that we've had a whole lot of times though. But then you gotta kind of look at the collective bargaining of what these guys did over the course of their career. Again, look how many seasons we played. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8 was the sim season. So over the course of 7 seasons, man, this guy has literally had numbers that, you know, that make him the best, man. One of the best at that, man. Just look at the award list. Pro Bowl, 6 Pro Bowl appearances. NFC Offensive Player of the Week, he won that week 12. They're not going to show all of them, but he's won it more than once. League leading rusher, 2 years he done that. Most Valuable Player, 2020. Offensive Player of the Year 2020, Best Running Back 2020, Offensive Player of the Year 2021, Best Running Back 21, 24 Best Running Back, Most Valuable Player 2025, Offensive Player of the Year, and Best Running Back. That's a resume, man. That's a Hall of Fame resume. He definitely gonna go down in an RDL Hall of Fame resume, pretty much. There's no way around it. All right. 17 was a funny week. I mean, the playoffs was pretty much set. Like I said, we was only waiting for who was going to win the NFC North, and the Packers ended up squeezing it out. I don't know how they the computer be analyzing who gets what, but it was kind of crazy. But anyway, we pulled it out, and that finally got us not playing the Bucks. First time in the RDL playoffs, RDL 3 playoffs, that we didn't either open up with the Bucks or have to play the Bucks right away, because we played right away every playoff. So it lined up pretty funny, man. Come out of that and go to the playoff schedule. I'm put it to you like this. My brother on vacation and be home tomorrow, so this game will get played tomorrow. But let's talk about it. Like Ravens and his weird ass analytics and the way he moved, decided, okay, I ain't gonna go undefeated and win my division, so I'm gonna make sure I play the 3rd seed, which is Mills. So some may question, was he losing games on purpose, or was he actually getting his ass whipped? Who knows? But he set himself up to do exactly what he usually say he's gonna do, which is to play the Jaguars. But I think this is a scary situation right here, because be careful what you fucking ask for, bottom line. Now, it goes this way. Boone, with his arrogance and cockiness of, I play the Jaguars and I move on to the divisional round, is very arrogant. All right. But Mill, on the other hand, has won all the games we expect him to win, but hasn't beat a top player yet in the league. So here we go. Here's your chance. Can you do it on the biggest stage right now? Can you pull out a victory against a top player, which is the Ravens and Boone and Coach Boone over there? You can go look on a year. I'm not going to go right into the other game. I'm just going to go look on a year and just look at what they did to get to where they are. All right. I won't talk about games that were forced wins and all that type of stuff, but I will talk about. Are you not going to show me the regular, like his entire schedule, or do I got to go postseason? Yep, never mind. We're not going to do all that. It's not giving me. Oh, there I go. I'm skitzing. My bad, fellas. I see it. Here we go. Team schedule. All right, so let's talk about the Ravens and their path to where they are right now. Okay, so he come out, played JPZ 63-13. He come out on fire. He beat the Jets 33-22. Then he come back, beat the Bengals 52-39. Then he beat Onk 28-21 in a close game, which was crazy. That was a good game, divisional game. Then he put up a feat that no one else has done in RDL ever, which is score 101 points on a user. The Patriots using Jay Stone. 101 points, 35 fucking 101-35, and Lamar Jackson fucking had a arcade type game in this game. It's just nuts. 12 touchdowns. This shit's nuts, bro. Like, you should be ashamed of yourself letting somebody whoop on you like that. Then he played the Dolphins 54-0. But then he comes to it. Then he gets to let's go back. Knox, top-notch player. Boone gets him. will give Boone problems because they play all the time. But right now, he was supposed to go 1, 2, 3, 4 and 0, right? 5 and 0, 6 and 0. But then he gets to the dog meat of his schedule, which is the Browns. He gets his ass whipped 48-16. Some way say it was some conspiracy behind this game. The game keep dropping every time Boone up and all that. And Jungle got the worst internet in the world. And every time Boone went in the drop, they played it 4 fucking times. Boone got tired of playing the game. Some may say that's why he got his ass whooped. And I say that I kind of agree with it. Playing it too many damn times. And when that shit happens, you just got to wait and play the next day. Stop being thirsty. All right. Now the Bears, 38-31, big time game. He pulled that out, 7-point victory there. But then he comes in, the one person that he probably is a rival with and the most hate. This is a hated game right here. Like, I don't care. I'm speaking for Jimbo. I know Jimbo can't stand Boone at all. Rightfully so. Many times he call that man ass. No matter what he do, he still ass and all that. Then they get a fake field goal and ran a score up on him in a playoff game. Jimbo came back and got the dub here, 37-25. But everybody was calling this game. Everybody said Jimbo will win this game just because of, you know, you be careful what you ask for. That syndrome again. Like, you run your mouth, talk shit, you want fucking somebody can't beat you because you beat them a couple times and all that shit, and you think you invincible, and then you get your ass whipped. That's what comes down to it. But then he pulls out a 31-29. He blocked the fucking field goal in this game in the final seconds to win that game. All right. So you see, when he started playing the dogs, what happened? Right? Started tightening up right here. Then you get to the Browns again, and you lose 40-37 in an OT game. All right, but this is why I said when the game dropped is the reason why he got his ass whooped, considering to them playing a regular game with no problems. Then he gets to the Packers game, and I'm skeptical here. Now, I told people I was going to whoop his ass. I even told him that. All right, but he kind of set the stage after losing 1, 2, 3, 4 games. He set this, well, 3 games. He kind of set the stage because at this point he started talking. Once he lost the Jungle twice, he started talking that I'm gonna set it up where I'm playing Mill in a divisional round. I mean a wild card round. That's my bye. So that's what he said. So I don't know how much of a I think he played this game to win for pride, because at the end of the day, that man got more pride than anybody, and he wants to prove himself. He wants to be amongst, I'm the best in the league, so let's beat one of the best in the league. But I think it got ugly so quick that it just became, nah, you know what, fucking, I ain't really running too much of nothing. Then he comes out of another game, 25-19 in this game, 65-2. I don't think they played. They played. And then Tata has done what Tata been doing to him this entire Madden disc. 39-34, and Boone was up big in this game, 21-0 at one point, and lost this game 39-34. And we haven't heard from Boone in a couple joints because of the ass whoopings and losses he be taking. So we forced wind him here. But then Mill's path is still the same to me. Like, Mill path with this game getting played, it can go either way in my eyes, because Mill can still play, and it all depends on what's going on in this game. But Mill path, he loses to the Cardinals. Really, I mean, he won the games he was supposed to win, right? And a lot of these games forced wins and stuff too, because people wasn't playing. But when it came down to the media schedule, which is like, this is crazy because you really only had 2 teams on this schedule that you had to win, and you was getting your ass kicked something against Hoodie, because I had to give him the first win. So obviously you lost and dropped again, quit the game or something. That bullshit niggas be doing, that gay shit I can't stand. But anyway, the Chargers whooped your ass. Hoodie whooped your ass. So you ain't really beat nobody that was a somebody. And with this schedule you had, you could have really did some damage, man. But you got to get over that hump. So until you get over that hump, I don't know, man. I'm gonna call Boone here right now. You know what? Nah. You know what? I'm calling an upset here. Mill wins this game by 7 points. All right. That's the Bulls' prediction in this game. Cardinals, Packers, man. Circle Bob. This ain't an easy game at all. Like, for some reason, we play good games, but the last time I played him, he won. Bad internet shit. I ain't gonna blame it on too much, but yeah, he won. So this ain't an easy game right here. This is a dogfight too, I would think, man. Packers got to get out the first round. But then the Monarchs-Jets game is crazy because this is going to be their third time playing this season, and these guys play all the time, so this can go either way here too. Now, I think Knox won the last game. I'm going to go ahead and say Knox is going to make a run this playoff. I think Knox win this game by 2 points. But the game that everybody should be paying attention to is the Bears and Buccaneers game. All right. This is real beef right here. All right, so this is a real heated game. Now the Bucks know the Bears hasn't beaten me ever. I ain't worrying about him, and I think he really feel that way. But McCoy's been playing football, and I'm telling you, he has playoff pedigree to win ball games. I don't know why he hasn't been being able to win a playoff game yet with his style of play, but it is the ingredients. If you can run and play good defense, then you should be fine in the playoffs. But the problem is he hasn't shown any signs of being able to stop the Bucs offense whatsoever. So it comes down to stops right now because, again, McCoy will play mistake-free football, and you're going to have to stop his run game. And if you can do that, then you can put him in a situation. But on the flip side of that, you got to stop the Bucs throwing the ball. And if you can't do that, you won't be in a situation. These guys used to be crew members, MMG. Now they not. When he broke off with the MMG crew, these two started beefing the most. So I don't know how they feel, but me personally, I would feel like I'm whooping. They both got to feel like I'm going to whoop this nigga ass this game, man. Fuck that. And now they don't like each other. Let's just say what it is. So this is the game of the week right here, to me, in the playoffs, all right? My prediction, I would say, this is hard, bro. This is hard. Can McCoy go out with a bang and win his first playoff game? Am I comfortable with giving him his first win? Shit, that's hard. So I give McCoy. I think McCoy can pull that game off, man. I mean, you gotta pull it off though, McCoy. Like, you really been in the playoffs. You missed it the first 2 seasons, and then you've been in it ever since. So you've been in the playoffs 5 straight years, and you're 0-5 in the playoffs. I don't think you won one playoff game, so that's big, man. So you got to get over that hump, man. Like, we've been giving you top offense, we've been putting you in one of the most growth. You had the most growth plan and all that. But I would say some would say the narrative is you're doing this because it's real draft, and the way the players are made, you know, is a little different and make people a little better than what they really are. But hey, we all got these teams, so it's no excuse, right? But I will say this: for you to be considered amongst the top tier guys, you gotta win a playoff game, bro. Period. So I'm gonna say you're gonna get the what we call it, the sweaty palms off your fingertips, and you're gonna pull out a win. I think you can do it. I think you can do it. All right, so we're going to get to awards, but what I'm really going to get to is we're going to get the league stats, and I'm going to show you how impressive the users we have in this league are with the players they had. And this is impressive, all right? So we're going to get to the awards right now and see who won all the awards and talk about that. Everybody tuned in, I appreciate it, man, because I will tell you this: there's been a long RDL season, man. This is the most years we ever played in it. For it to be a 24-hour league, we went hard. Y'all guys are ballers, and I will pit my league up amongst anybody's league because of the guys that's in it. And that's real talk. All right, so let's get to awards. Yearly awards. Let's see what happened. So as y'all already know, Armstead has definitely won the MVP. Lamar Jackson came in second. Blandon, Israel, Barkley, Ahmad. Here go all the 10 that were up there, okay? So we'll start with the AFC and we'll go Offensive Player of the Year. Jungle did something that nobody expected him to do this year, which was get his running back up there. Now, he ain't do it in a traditional way, but he threw the ball and ran the ball well with Ahmad. All right, so Ahmed won Offensive Player of the Year in the AFC. Blandon was second. Lamar Jackson, John Emery, Justin Rogers. Let's stop sleeping on Justin Rogers as a quarterback. Kyler Murray stepped up. Rookie Kobe Bowman from St. Bosco's. Rookie Chris Tyree. Josh Jacobs, and Anthony Puka Williams, all on offense. Let's look at the defensive side of the AFC. Dylan Moses, Spider-Man, all over the place, the fastest linebacker in the world, Dylan Moses. But then you come right back with Devin Bush, Otis Reese, and Sanborn. For somebody to have all three of his linebackers in the second, third, and fourth spot is crazy. Montez Sweat does what Montez Sweat do every year. Rookie Jason Marshall played a big game. And how about Max Wright and then a 6'5" free safety, strong safety, James Williams. Nano, Jalen Phillips, he's been a big name in this league for a while now. And Tyrone McBride, your my player, is playing solid. All right, offensive rookie of the year, Kobe Bowman, again, the wide receiver. But Armani Goodwin, let's talk about C-Hound, man. C-Hound, this is good shit because you played the majority of your games. For you to get this guy up here, I appreciate that. That means you was working hard, man. I don't know what that record say, but you still did some things to get this good-ass receiver some start. So Grandma Ma's son, Larry Johnson Jr., the basketball player, Larry Johnson, his son, at running back right now, did pretty solid. Johnny Martin probably could have did more things if the Titans would have played his games. All right, I'm not gonna go. You got Michael Redden, Florida State kid, Dante Thornton. You know, these are all the guys that stepped as rookies right now. So we're going to the defensive side of the ball. James Williams wins that. Marshall second. Jack Sawyer is a dog at outside linebacker. Just remember I said that. Jeremiah Trotta's son up here. So we have some guys up there. Of course, best quarterback, Jungle Blandon. I mean, this guy been there all the time. I can't wait to see what his career stats is. Justin Rogers came in second. Kyler Murray, Jackson, and Oates. It's crazy because Sean Oates took the starting quarterback job from David Goree. Sat my boy Bam down. I was really mad at that. But he sat him down, and whatever, Oates got him to a playoff. So we shall see what's going to happen. He's still up there. We haven't really seen an Oates sighting since he left the Bucks. But now that we got another user that's playing with him and shit, and I think he got the start over Bam because of the speed. It was a speed difference, and I think that's the reason why he got him starting. But it's good to see my boy Oates up there, though. A-Wall, putting in work, man. Good shit. The fact that every year Jungle, whether if it's the old receiver or new receiver, always wins the best receiver award, man. That's a feat amongst itself, bro. There's a guy, no matter who he got, he go get a receiver and he makes him the best receiver in the league every year. Very impressive, man. Again, but you know, McCoy runs the ball, Jungle throws the ball, and those guys, they make plays, man. Jerry Jeudy sighting, man. Jerry Jeudy was one of the best receivers that came out of his draft class. Tyreek Black always there, and then Devin Williams had a guy there, which was pretty solid. I don't know how much time I want to spend on the O-line, so what I will do is I will show it. I'm not going to talk about it, because it usually comes down to the same guys up there. So the Browns got 1, 2, 3, 4. He got 5 starting linemen on here, and then there's the Chargers, you got the Jags and Monarchs. So let's look at the D-line, who was making one. So you lose Joey Bosa and Danielle Hunter, and you get Max Wright in there, and he's out there still doing shit like this. This guy get to the quarterback, period, point blank, period. Now Ariki, computer stats, he was still up there. That was Boone's old guy that got taken out of free agency. Max Crosby stepped, Austin Bryant, Rashad Gary. Khalil Mack, old ass, still holding on. So we got some things going on. Now, best linebacker, again, Dylan Moses, Devin Bush, Jalen Phillips, Otis Reese, Montez Sweat, Tyrone McBride, Sanborn, Gant, Hicks, and Watt. Good shit. DBs, Jason Marshall, the rookie, Levante Teller. Now, Boone says Levante Teller is the best corner in the league. I disagree, but guess what we about to do? We ready to go to career stats and find out who's who. DeMarco Hellmans, Isaiah Johnson, another young kid, Jack Jones. So we have some guys up there. Justin Lane, quiet as kept, has been a good corner all his career too. James Williams at 6'5", pitting in work, and Stephon Blaylock. All right, so the NFC DBs. Brent English is in 4th or maybe 3rd place right now in career interceptions with like 73 of them right now. So Brent English is by far the best free safety in the league. Steve Israel, top corner in the league. Lamar Sturdivant, top corner in the league. Avante Williams, DB safety. He's only been in the league for about 2 seasons. But Anthony Carter's been there since day 1 too, stepping up. Demore Tate, ever since he drafted him, he's been up there. Al Blaze Jr. has been a name. Stuart Head has been a dog at free safety. And R.J. Mickens and Jamil Dean is arguably the best corner in the league. Linebackers, Deron Adams is always up there. He's a dog since day 1. Jonathan Flo took his brother's ranking and got in the second, top 3. Marcel Brooks had 13 interceptions on the year this year. Jonathan Flo won the most interceptions this year. Jamil Davis, Roquan Smith always there. Karan Ship, Dante Simmons, Justin Flo, Jeffrey Simmons went from D tackle to linebacker and shit, and Ron Israel. All right, D-line. Flash, the speedster, Jason Oweya. All right, rookie Donnell Harris. Cleveland Farrell's been a name. Mekhi Parsons been a dog. Xavier Kelly's been a known name too. Joshua Candoa, Sean Price, Patrick Falk, Rock Gray, and Antonio Alfano. Good shit. O-line, the Seahawks and the Tigers dominated this. Like, this is ridiculous. Best wide receivers, Andy Isabel took his ranks back, said I'm the best receiver in the NFC, don't forget about me. Mike Evans, I can't wait to see his career stats because this guy's been doing nothing but breaking records. Darren Jones, 6'8", sitting up there. Rondell Moore, and then a rookie, Amari Clark, step. DJ Chark, Justin Ross, the same guys. Damon Demas, got to stop him tonight. KJ Hill, and Jeff Thomas. Running backs, surprise, surprise, top 3. Armstead, Israel, Barkley, but D-Mac 3 has been playing pretty solid football. Best QB, Garantano stole that. Fields came in 2nd, Ugalela 3rd, and Drew Lock 4th. Defensive Rookie of the Year, congratulations to Donnell Harris, defensive end. Offensive Rookie of the Year, running back Michael Jenkins. I coached this kid. He on his way to college right now. Good shit. Defensive Player of the Year, Deron Adams and Brent English came in 2nd. And Offensive Player of the Year, Roquel Armstead, Israel, and Barkley to follow it up. All right, that's that, fellas. All right, now let's get to what we really was talking about. Before I do that, let's see if anybody commenting on anything right now. Anybody talking? Nope. All right, so for my guys that's paying attention, that's listening, man, here's what I really wanted to get to. And don't wait. The shit talking is coming, Boone on his way on, so don't worry about all that. But this is what we need to get to. 8 seasons of real draft. 8. Before we go there, let's look at who's doing anything in NFL stats. So let's go for games. So the person that threw for the most, and I almost can guarantee you this was a human game, 755 in one game. Lamar Jackson tied it with 755, so they tied for first. But I think Lamar Jackson's was, maybe it wasn't, maybe he did do that in that 101 point game he put up. All right, but Justin Fields 3rd. Wentz got on here. Fields, Blandon, Oates, Fields, Lamar, and Blandon. So as you can see, Jungle has dominated the passing touchdowns in the game. Of course, 12, 11, 9, 8, 8, and then it's the same name. But Rashawn Johnson stepped up and got 8 too. And he still got an old head on here, 2 at the bottom. Good shit. Rushing yards in one game, 407. Israel Armstead 2nd with 401. Hanif Anderson 374. Damian Harris 325. Nick Chubb 316. Armstead, Barkley, Adrian Peterson. Then you get to the old heads, and Hanif did it again with 287. Rushing touchdowns in the game, of course, Armstead tied first with Anthony Puka Williams, and then it's Israel, Zach Moss, Nick Chubb, Israel, and then we're getting down to the old heads. Receiving yards in the game, Brew McCoy 509 against the Lions. Parrish Campbell, when Dale had him, 442. Jacobs at running backs had 416. T Black on here, Henry Huggs, Judy, Martin Johnson, Hardman, Hill, and Black. Receiving touchdowns, 7. All right, so we got 2 tied for 7. Higgins, and then we got some old heads, and then we still got some guys 5, 5, 5, and 5. I doubt anybody I'm lying. On a Jungle would do it. T. Higgins, 18 catches. That's impressive. All right, defensive sacks. Montez Sweat tied for first, and Dylon Moses tied for first, 7 and 7. That's big. Ariki had 7. So we got 3 guys in our league took down some of the high stats of these guys. Khalil Mack, Josh Allen. We have some guys in the game, man. Interceptions in one game. This is ridiculous. Who throws 7 interceptions to a linebacker? Who throws 6, and then who throws 6 to a corner? That's crazy. 5. We got guys up here. All right, so that's that. Let's go to season stats real fast. Jungle Blandon led the league with 6,574. Fields, Lamar, and then Jungle is just dominating it. It's crazy. Passing touchdowns. Justin Fields holds that mark with 68. Garantano 63. Cubs 60. And that's impressive in his own self. That's 2 quarterbacks Falk played with. 63 and 60 touchdowns. That's big. Then followed it up with a 57 game touchdown. Rushing yards in the season. Armstead holds that record. 2,274. Israel second. Armstead again. Israel. And then we get into the old heads. Armstead does it again. And Barkley does it. Rushing touchdowns, 38, Armstead. And then we got Israel. Got a couple guys that's still on here. But then you get to the old heads. And then you get Puka Williams and Zach Moss. Receiving yards, T. Black, 3,000. Nobody's ever going to beat that ever in any of our leagues. 3,011 in one season. Dick Ryan at his best. But Harmon came back with 2,506. Jerry Jeudy, Harmon did it again. 2,000-yard seasons. Higgins, another receiver for the Browns. That's why it's impressive, because he's doing it with more than one receiver. But Boone did an impressive situation. He had over 1,000 yards rushing and 2,000 yards receiving with a running back. T. Black almost had 2,000. As you can see, people put work in. Receiving touchdowns, Higgins 25, tied with 6'8", and then there's Randy Moss, then Isabella, Ravens, Rice, Ross, Ravens, Tigers. Catches, we're not going to bet it really. You know what? Jungle might be up here. I'm quite sure he got a guy. Up there, go hard, man. 127. Good shit, Jungle. Sacks in one season. No one's beating that 31. Chris Orlando had a chance this season to beat it with 30. He got hurt for the last 7 games, so he didn't be able to beat it. So that was impressive. But anyway, good shit with Donnell Hunter. Khalil Mack did his thing. Guys out there putting in work. All with 24 as a rookie. Tigers 23 again. So people putting in work. Interceptions in the season. Dylon Moses, no one's beating that, 20. English with 18, 16. Even though this guy is 7 in one game. Justin Flo, Jonathan Flo. Actually, Jonathan Flo, Justin Flo. Career is kind of hard, you know what I mean, for passing yards. Won't really see that. Passing touchdowns, I don't think nobody's on here. No, nobody's on here. Rushing yards, anybody? Barkley snuck up in here. Now this is impressive for Barkley and Armstead to be up in here. Barkley up here with half the carries that the rest of the guys had. I can guarantee that. And Armstead snuck in here with 12,985. So that's impressive. Rushing touchdowns, Israel shattered that record with 180. Armstead's right behind it, 10 points behind Emmitt Smith, and Barkley on here too. Anybody else we got sitting here? Elliott, 103. It's not all Elliott though. Receiving yards, I can guarantee you it ain't nobody on this. Receiving touchdowns though, we could talk about that. Isabella is impressive. Isabella with 120. Only receiver up there for touchdowns. Catches, no. Defensive sacks. Khalil Mack. Any of our real draft players up here? Nope. INTs, like I said, very impressive. Brent English holds the 3rd place record in 7 years. 73 interceptions. That's big. He's the only one up here. So that's career. Now, what I really wanted to show was career stats, man. Let's talk about it in NFL. Over a 7-8 year career, let's look at this. Jungle Blandon leads RDL with 37,709 passing yards. Lamar Jackson with 36,915. Patrick Mahomes, 30,568. A lot of that came off the first year he had as a starter before we started our league. But Drew Lock sitting up there, Mariota, Bam Gorey, Murray, Mahoney, and Cubbage. All right, now let's go to touchdowns. Again, Jungle Blandon, 285 touchdowns. Lamar Jackson, 274. Now this is impressive. This ain't dick riding. This is just facts. The last time Mike Cubbage has been irrelevant was during season 4. Because season 1 and 2 he won a Super Bowl. Season 3. 1 and 2 he won a Super Bowl. 3 he played, and then 4 Garantano came in and stole the job and he got traded. So for him to be right here, bro, that's big. 226. Imagine if he had him as a starter the entire time. 226. That's big. Drew Lock, Bam Gorey, Murray, Mahomes, and Fields. And there's another guy, Garantano, 209. AntHits, who's out here donating the most? Ain't this some shit? You got people like Harold Burgers and shit like that, and Boone threw 200. So you threw 274 touchdowns, but 288 interceptions. Jesus Christ. Do you take that in consideration when we talk about amongst the best quarterbacks in the league? I can't really see career, but I knew I would catch this. Bam Gorey was at 70% his entire career. That's crazy. That's crazy. So let's go look at the rushing yards right now. Carries. Let's see who led the RDL in carries. Of course, Armstead. Ain't that far off, though. Israel, 1976, right behind him. Barkley, 200 yards behind that. 200 carries behind that, I mean. But 2086, as you can see. All right. Rushing yards. Saquon Barkley leads the league, 13,115. Some of that came off the year off his rookie year. Actually, no, this is all Falk, because he was a rookie when we started the league. Actually, we simmed the year, but still, Falk did this. And then 12,985, 12,008. But Jacobs is still there. That's a big difference right there from the top 3. This is why I say these guys are the top 3 running backs in the league. Barkley averaged 7.4 yards a carry. Armstead 6.2. Israel 6.5. But then the next back closest, Jacobs with 8,064. Zach Moss, Hanif Anderson, Kyle Wallace was in the mix too. Let's go to touchdowns. Guys been scoring touchdowns. We only got 4 guys with 100 touchdowns, as you can see. At receivers now, Mike Evans, Grandpa with 934. Of course, a lot of that was the seasons that he played before we started the league, but this guy did this the most. So Buck, shout out to you for really putting in twerk with him, man. Receiving yards, Mike Evans 15,258. Closest to him is Tyreek Black. Then you got Isabella, Hill, Metcalf, Higgins, and Judy. It's big time. Touchdowns, career touchdowns in our league. Mike Evans 139, Isabella 120, Black 95, Ross 85. Chark, that's impressive. You got Chark up there with 83. Let's go to defense. Who had the most tackles? Of course, Khalil Mack. Miles Jack. Total tackles for loss. Who was out here pitting things? Look at these guys. That's big. 104 sacks. How many hundred? Jesus Christ. Khalil Mack 172, of course, but then Chris Orlando 134, Donnell Hunter 128, 110, 104, Sweat 104, Watt 100. Damn, Chase Young almost had 100. Deron Adams almost had 100. That's just impressive, bro. People getting to the quarterback. Now remember, Hoodie has 73 interceptions, but for some reason they won't show it. But the next person was Donnell Savage with 68. Steve Israel was 62. Jamil Dean was 60. Lamar Sturtevant with 57. And let's talk about this. Best corners in the league, right? When you judge a corner, you judge him off of getting them interceptions, right? Getting to that football, all right? Shut down man-to-man corners, zone, whatever it is, you talk about it. So right now, Steve Israel, 62. When we first started the league, the first 2 seasons, we was considering him the best. But the guys that we considered the best is right here, 62 and 60. But then you got Lamar Sturtevant with 57 at corner. All right, we're talking about corners, not safeties. 1, 2, 3. And then you got the other corner for the Packers with 55. Now, when we talk about Levante Teller, we're going to find him up here. Here you go, at 46. And how many of y'all still believe that he's the best corner in the league? I'll wait. honest to God, man, I still think Jamil Dean is the best corner in the league. Then I would pick Steve Israel. I think the best tandem is Lamar Sturdivant and Henderson. Two shutdown corners out there. But safety-wise, man, Brent English, Savage, and D. West. Darius West played pretty well, too. Zedric Woods has been a dog his entire career. That's in career stats, though, man. Like, that's big. So when we talk about the best guys in the league, we go back to passing, and we look at a totality of, can you pit Lamar Jackson at number 2 as best quarterback in the league, knowing that he threw more interceptions than touchdowns? Obviously, Jungle Blandon has the numbers to prove that he's the number 1 quarterback in RDL 3. Shout out to Jungle and Jungle Blandon, his my player. I like David Gorey, man. I know he ain't played this season, and that killed him because he didn't start him, though. But 70%, 213 touchdowns, man, that's big, bro. I like him at number 2. You can't escape from Lamar Jackson's energy and what he do. I could see him sitting at 3. Mike Cubbage again, man. He was one of the dominating quarterbacks in this league, but he didn't play like the last 4 seasons. We played 7. He missed 3. Sean Oates, Justin Fields, pretty solid. Justin Fields had a good career so far, but that 58 completion percentage is not there. But running backs, of course, man. I'm still, again, Saquon Barkley, man. Saquon Barkley, Armstead, Israel. I don't know. Help me out here, fellas. Who would y'all say y'all top 3 running backs are in RDL 3? Show me some love. Who we think, man? Is it Armstead? Is it Barkley? Or is it Israel? I'm waiting for them questions. Go ahead, type that shit in. I'm waiting for them questions to slide up. Best running back in RDL 3 now that we looked at career stats. It's still hard for me, man. Like, this is hard, man, because running the ball, obviously, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. I'm going to read and see what said real fast. Barkley, Israel, and then Armstead. Ryan. Spell my name right, nigga. You looking right at it on screen. Don't be spelling my name wrong, cuz. What's up, Nano? Alright, so if you look, I don't know, man. This is hard. I think all 3 of them can make their case for the best running backs in the league. They all, yeah, I don't know. I think I'm gonna go Armstead, Israel, and Barkley is my 3 in that order. Receivers, it fluctuated, but Mike Evans, the grandpop, has been the most solid receiver in the league, man, by far. Not by far, but a lot of people had turnovers, different receivers. This guy has been a consistent force, and he's been a dog in his entire RDL years, man. You know, he came out big receiver, 6'5". He's a threat in the red zone, and then he became fast, so he kind of got like that Randy Moss type feel because he was able to develop him into a speedy receiver. But I like Isabella too, man. I know he's not up there, right? I'll have to scroll down to find him, but I like Isabella, T. Higgins. We got T. Black. T. Black will still be the number 2. I think Mike Evans, T. Black, Isabella, T. Higgins. Those type of guys are top guys right there, man. When you look at players overall, defensively, the most scariest defender in the league would be Dylan Moses. The scariest DB in the league, I would say the scariest safety in the league will be English, Savage, West, and in that order, top 3. Corners, I'm going to go Steve Israel, Jamil Dean, and Lamar Sturdivant. Linebackers, definitely going to go Dylan Moses. I think Jungle's guy from day one has been a force. I like Justin Flo too. I'm not going to just pick my guy there, but I like Justin Flo. We got some guys in this league, man. Everybody played pretty solid, man. But let's get to conversations of this, man. Who do y'all think will win the Super Bowl this year? Let's look at it. AFC. So Jungle's in, Chargers in, Jags in, Jets in, Monarchs and Ravens. Who's coming out of the AFC? Who will be representing the AFC in the Super Bowl this year? I'm going to go out on a limb and say I think Jungle's going in the AFC this year. This would be the year Jungle will go. And the NFC, Seahawks, Tigers, Packers, Bears, Cards, Bucks. This is hard too, man. I don't know. Depends, man. Any one of us can beat each other over here. Is this the Bears' year to get out of a first round, no matter if it's divisional round or what? Can he get out of the first round as a playoff team? Can he get out of it? Is this his year? If he does get past the Bucks, I think he can make some noise. Cardinals is going to be a sleeper. The Bucks is going to be a sleeper. Hoodie, Tigers, everybody's good over here, man. I think Falky can get back to it. Hoodie can get back. I don't know. Y'all tell me who you think, who your matchups are. It's going to be hard, but let's get into it now. For y'all that's listening, the actual real talk, that was just me doing the stats and the numbers and stuff. But the real talk we going to come right back on with Boom and get into our shit talking and really get to what we wanted to talk about for the entire RDL3, man. Shout out to everybody that played in RDL3. Best league around, hands down. And I promise you that. Everybody's done some good things, man. We got nice little order. I think we can put out a top 10 easy now, coming down to the closing of it and all that. Who's been consistent, who's always in the playoffs, who's winning, who's doing what, man. Shout out to everybody that tuned in. Appreciate it, and we'll be back within the next 30-40 minutes. Holla at me. This your boy AntHits, franchise guru. Let's read some of this stuff. What's going on here, man? What we saying, Ryan? What up? Where my invite to chat, bro? Give me a second, my boy.